Hey, RetconRaider here, with special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Dragon Matrix 7, Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Drakiith, Theory V23, Egg, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to the alpha for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today we descend into the depths of the Dark Hideout, which could belong to pretty much anyone. I mean, the Anvers, the mysterious cultists, pirates. But I guess we'll find out shortly. Oh, I suppose if I had to guess, I'd say it's the Anvers, because we also have that secret door, and those seem to be linked to the cult. But regardless, we'll head in momentarily. First, we just need to cover a quick gear shift. Now, last time, I was debating whether or not to swap out Abelard's Enforcer Carapace for the casing chestplate we pulled off those Anvers Raiders. And I will note here that apparently I misread dodge penalty. Dodge penalty is actually a multiplier, which means the lower it goes, the worse it is. So while the deflection rating on the casing chestplate is definitely better than the Enforcer Carapace, at least against non-human foes, the absorption is worse and the dodge penalty are worse. So that's actually 2 marks against it for what is ultimately a relatively minimal boost to the deflection rating. But ultimately it turns out that it's largely moot because we have something much better that we just picked up. Apparently we found this thing right after we fought those guys with the flamethrowers. I just missed it because it looks exactly the same as the normal Enforcer Carapace, which I think is something they're going to have to work on. They have to find a way to better visually distinguish unique variants like this from just the normal gear. Otherwise, people are going to end up dumping them in their cargo bins and selling them off without ever realizing they even have them. That said, this is a no-brainer. The Fire-Blessed Carapace is better in 3 different ways, so we will definitely swap those out. And with that bit of bookkeeping done, let's hit this hideout. Okay, some sort of utility steam tunnels. Very atmospheric. We've got some loot off to the right. Oh. Anver Kingpin Leader. The man with the shaggy mop of dark hair is dressed and armed about as well as everyone else in here. And yet he is unmistakably their leader. He takes a step toward you. He chuckles. He spreads his arms wide in a welcoming gesture. My guests! What a joy it is to see you in my humble refuge. I see you've come here to be introduced to the truth. Which will you choose then? Words, or fire and metal? Well, I do enjoy metal. You know, in moderation. More of a classic rock guy. You already know the answer, heretic. Argenta grasps her weapon. That second option's interesting. Though perhaps a bit much for even the most opportunistic of rogue traders. These guys have tried to kill us 3 times since we got here. You've clearly got something to say. Just spit it out and we'll get this over with. I will, but not because you told me to. Your time has passed. All of you, bureaucrats, the Gaspelica, rogue traders, conceited aristocracy, and other worthless trash. All of you will soon burn. Do you even know what our name means, outsider? Footfall calls us the Anvers. They do not stop to look, listen, Learn. The man pauses, then half closes his eyes and proclaims in crude but clear High Gothic. Auxilio non veniet. Help will not come. The maw has closed. The Coronis Expanse is on its own now. A new era has come, and we are its sovereigns. Oh, okay, so you're just plain old opportunists then. You saw the old empire cut off from this particular region and immediately decided that that was your chance to take over. And here I thought you might have an actual deeper purpose of some sort. What are you doing?
Take a knee and bow before
Crush them. I see. So that jerk has just turned off that ventilation fan and flooded this entire chamber with poison gas. Well, that's inconvenient. So we need to get over there and turn that back on. We'll have to move quick, too. Our guys only have average 30 to 40 health each. And we just took 5 points of damage from that first round of exposure. Between that and normal wear and tear from combat, we will not last long.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Being gone.
Nice, nice. That's a good start. Did I miss something? Is there a reason the anvers seem to have turned on each other? Okay, there we go. Now they've remembered us. Alright, well, they... Hold on, let me look at our journal. Maybe I did miss something. No, just stop the Envers. Nothing about there being rogue factions or a civil war or anything like that. Oh, actually, the guys who are going for the console seem to be ones that aren't blatantly wearing gas masks. Maybe they're trying to shut it off too. You know, I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it would be interesting if it was.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Maybe it's intended to make it easier to punch through to the console.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
But regardless, they're all marked as hostile, so we're not holding back. Oh. Well, crud. I was hoping you'd still take a swing. And now you're... No, you're not on fire. You're immune to being on fire now. Ow. Oh, okay. So we get a fortitude test to resist. And if we don't, then we take gas damage. That makes things slightly more manageable.
That was insulting.
Moving up.
my purposes. Stand a chance. All too easy. Nothing of value has been lost.
And momentum. Oh, you guys are in trouble now.
There's nowhere to hide. Suits my purposes. Already done.
You know, I'm not sure that's actually working properly. It gives such a wildly variable number of extra shots. My original assumption was that it let you keep shooting until you missed a shot. But then again, I don't think there's actually anything it says here. Oh, no, it does say it right there. Okay. Apparently we get a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire, which for our auto gun does get a bit absurd.
Pain cleanses the body.
That also explains why Argenta's heroic surges are so much tamer in comparison. Rate of fire on her bolter is only 3.
Rejoice in battle.
I don't suppose I can knock you guys into the abyss?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
High momentum.
I mean, that guy's legs came off. That's good enough. Wow, okay, we're pretty much done. Maybe they made this one slightly easier than normal to give the player a better chance against the poison gas.
Will do.
Oh. That guy went in the void. Hopefully we can still loot that body.
Anything else?
No, I'm good. Huh. And I guess that's it. Quest complete. Wow, I've got to say, I was really expecting there to be like a deeper, more sinister purpose behind these guys. Cultists in disguise, or thugs working for a rogue trader, or possibly Vladame. But no, they're just basic criminal opportunists. Ooh, elite chainsword. We'll take that. But see, yeah, that has an actual alternate model. I don't think that all of the variants necessarily need alternate models, but they do need to have at least, like, a variant background or something, because otherwise you have to go through every list of loot you pick up just to make sure there's nothing in there with a weird name. I think a unique background or a border, like a different colored border, would help. Adrenaline War Boots. +3 initiative, and +10% dodge when your wounds are below 50%. That might be a good fit for Abelard. Since we've usually got him out on the forefront, he's the one most likely to soak damage. Yeah, that'll get him in faster and keep him slightly safer. Good find.
Claim to the stars.
Alright, let's have a look around. There must be like a note or something around here somewhere. Nope. Okay, that's where we came in, I think. Maybe? No. Yes, no. No, that's where we came in. Oh, we had a container in the side room. What about this? What's this? It is nothing. Alright, yeah, we've just got the one room left over here, which we were interrupted before we could reach, so maybe there is something in there. No, just more generic cargo. Huh.
It's about time.
Wow, so the bad guys were just bad guys. That was it. That, okay. It's funny because, like, bad guys just being bad guys is about as basic as it gets, but somehow it feels like a subversion based on all of the possibilities I'd hyped up in my own head. I was expecting a twist, but all we got was a straight line. Alright, let's go find those cultists. We had a secret door somewhere around here. I think down on the lower level. Yes, yeah, just past those guys. The ones arguing over food vouchers.
Do you see that?
I do see that. I have seen several of them since we first came in. Ow.
Follow my lead.
Really weird that's keyed off of the raw perception stat and not our actual awareness skill. And that's the Adeptus. Okay. So yeah, just down the block from the Adeptus, that's where we found the Anver's hideout. We've got a couple of NPCs waiting in there for us, so we'll hold off for now. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. So we're doing the Wrath of the Righteous thing, with the control panels separate from the trigger zones. Also, there's nothing back here. So what was the point of that?
A new challenge for me.
Secret door. The small nook in the stone is empty, apart from dust and a few scraps of paper. There is evidence that the cache once had a small door covering it, and a locking mechanism. Well, that is certainly intriguing, but doesn't really give us much to go on. Oh, maybe that's where Jay's stash was. That was the gal who was complaining to Blaine about her missing cargo. Oh, hey, look at that. It's actually a door, too. It didn't blow up in our faces. Warehouse. Is that the one we explored, or is that a different one? Oh, and infected Anver thugs. That's intriguing. Alright, I'm getting too sidetracked. Let's start with this cultist den. Oh, new ambient track. And traps with more disarming panels.
We shall prevail. Excellence matters.
Huh.
I rise to the occasion.
Yeah, that one was like an active mine. Interesting. Open the doors for us. Guide our way. Twist our way. We beseech thee, O Lord. The edge of daybreak. The edge of daybreak. A Pink Horror, as brought to you by Ray Harryhausen.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
And we're into it. Thank you, Argenta. I mean, to be fair, that is probably the appropriate reaction. Would have been nice to actually get the drop on these guys, though. Alright, Abelard, let's get you in there. Not nearly as effective as I hoped it would be.
Target well struck.
That was slightly better. Cultist leader. Oh. Okay, he is rocking a plasma pistol. Yeah, that's a problem. And speaking of problems, the daemon seems to be having some slight technical issues. But hey, as always, this is just an unfinished alpha. Still pretty solid, all things considered. Light him up!
This is why I was chosen. None can escape the Emperor's justice.
Momentum! Oh. Goodness. That knockback is fun. Could be animated a bit more fluidly, but certainly not the priority this early in development.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Hello.
Suits my purposes.
Oh, you're not getting off that easy.
God problem for me.
No kill like overkill. Momentum! Momentum Mori.
Nothing I can't do.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's the downside on that auto gun. The rate of fire is awesome, but the actual armor penetration is useless against enemies like this pink horror. And then the subsequent blue horrors. I suppose that's where folks like Pascal come in.
My vow is to serve. Requests approved.
Okay, so who's best here? Abelard.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I should have given Abelard the Thunderhammer. But the sword's still halfway decent. Alright, let's push the leader.
Victory is imminent. Someone else could do this.
Bleh. Victory is imminent. Oh, he exploded. Guess he was feeling blue. Yeah, we've all been there.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated.
Ow! Holy moly. I don't like that.
Suits my purposes.
There. That's what you get. That's you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to have a word with your manager. Argenta rushes to the last living cultist and silently, furiously punches him in the face. Blaspheming heretic! Who are you praying to? I know those words. That call to a lord... Argenta doesn't get to finish. The cultist, having dropped to his knees, interrupts her with grating, rasping laughter. Of course you know them. I recognized you too, lackey to the corpse on the throne. Haven't you already experienced the power of the true God? Didn't you flee from us, shedding tears? Argenta recoils as if from a blow, but then steps forward, grabs the cultist by the scruff of his neck, and makes him look into her eyes, burning like embers. I am one of the Adeptus Sororitas, and I have never, not once in my life, fled from heretics and betrayers of humankind. Can't you see he's trying to get under your skin? Adira mutters. I bet he wants a quick bullet to the head instead of a bonfire. Despite her tone, she's looking around anxiously and rubbing her temples. Smells like a dark future, like a noose around the neck. Argenta, wait, we should interrogate him first. What do you want to know, servants of the Corpse Emperor? The names of my brethren? How many of us there are? Where we are? I will tell you myself. We are myriad, and we are everywhere. Soon, very soon, you will hear our voices. And when you hear them at your back, so close you can feel our breath, then you will know the power of the true God. Just how many of you vermin are there? First Rykid Minoris, now here. Pascal pulls a number of instruments out of his robe. You would bet your life that the purpose of these items isn't to disassemble machines. He says casually, "Should you encounter difficulties during the information extraction process, I would recommend precise targeting of ganglia." The cultist chuckles arrogantly, but pales and looks away from Pascal's calm gaze. "How do you know Argenta? Have you seen her around on footfall?" "Not on footfall," the cultist laughs hoarsely. "In another place. She flew right in, like a bird into a snare." Argenta is staring at the cultist, her eyes wide. As if against her will, she whispers two words. "Salus Prime." "Argenta, what's he talking about?" She snaps out of it as if emerging from a reverie. "A planet, a place. It doesn't matter. I know these heretics. I fought them and was gravely wounded. But I swear, I never turned from them and ran." She turns to the cultist, her gaze filled with cold fury. "If you truly have seen me on Salus Prime, someone amongst you must know a way to get there. Do you have your own ship? A navigator? Answer me!" "Ships and maps, roads and doors. We have them all. But our paths are not for you. The true God spins his web, and you are but a fly caught in it. But where is the spider?" The cultist's eyes filled with madness. "Yeah, I'm gonna need something slightly more than that, like, coordinates, maybe? Landmarks? Space marks?" "Rogue trader, we won't get anything from this madman. As for my part in the story, I will tell it. But not here. Not in his presence." "Sure, yeah, that's fair." A not-so-subtle cue to go talk to her back on the ship. "So who's this true God you keep rambling about?" "You will know him. In time." The cultist gives you a wicked smile, painted with the fresh blood on his lips. Zench, right? It's gotta be Zench. "You can kill me, servants of the Corpse Emperor, but you can't stop the victory of the true God. The edge of daybreak is nigh, and the hour of his triumph approaches." That's nice. I think we're done here. Silence hangs for a minute. Then Argenta turns to you and shrugs nonchalantly. "That's it. We've fulfilled Reverend Hieronymus's request, which means I am now free. I can continue my travels with you, rogue trader." Super duper. "Before we leave this den, let us round up what remains of the blasphemers. I would like to cleanse this place with purifying flame. But perhaps we can find clues that might tell us where these heretics came from, or if they have any more associates." Argenta lowers her head wearily. "We need to talk, but it can wait. Let's meet on the ship when it's time to depart Footfall." "Will do. And look at that, we've got level ups. Which really just amounts to one rank up point, which we can sink into a new class. Which we'll worry about a bit later. I haven't really had a chance to study that just yet. Heavy leather. No deflection, but fairly hefty absorption. Modest dodge penalty. With extra absorption versus energy weapons. Interesting. So halfway decent against las guns, plasma weapons, but not much else, really. Yeah, I think we'll pass on that. Gotta say, I really thought we'd find more interesting stuff on a bunch of cultists.
None shall stand in my way.
Pack of reagents. A set of chemical reagents that increases damage of burning, poison, and bleeding effects by +2. Ooh, that's fun. Though we haven't really seen much in the way of poison or bleeding effects. For now, though, that's a good match for Argenta. That really makes me kind of want to lean, like, double hand flamer. Okay, so level ups. We're not really going to do it today. I have to study the charts first, but the general gist is that each class has a relatively linear track with multiple options per node on that track. Different nodes let you do different things. Increase characteristics, increase skills, gain new combat abilities or proficiencies. In the current alpha, we're largely locked into already predetermined paths, but in theory, in the final game, we should have a lot more versatility on exactly how we want to build our characters, what sort of strategies we want to lean into. We haven't found any clues. Oh, here we go. Or not? Wait. What about this? We have a whole hallway system behind this wall. How do we get back there?
I won't tolerate weakness.
Huh. Weird. Okay, that's either dead space or we missed a check somewhere. Or maybe it's accessed from somewhere else on this level, like on the upper level. Maybe this is one of those cases where they have multiple subterranean maps linked to multiple entrances on the higher level or something, because I'm not seeing any way past this wall.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
But it seems very weird they'd let you see back there. Oh, maybe that's what the warehouse entrance is for. Or this area over here where we saw the infected ambers. How do we get over there? Pardon me? Okay, so that's sealed off. But do we have an alternate way in, perhaps?
Victory awaits.
Victory awaits. Yep, that guy said something, but I'm sure it wasn't important. Yeah, he's just grumbling about his pay.
Follow my lead.
there's stuff in there, so clearly we can get in there. Maybe that's what we need to talk to Jay about. Or the pirate contact point in the Adeptus. But we'll save that for next time. We only have a few minutes left, so for now, let's head back to... Yes, we'll head back up to the atrium, and we'll have a follow-up chat with Vladame and Hieronymus. Collect our rewards, see if they have anything else for us. Vladame, the man whose character model does not at all match his portrait. I've got good news. I found and killed the leader of the Anvers. That is a truly outstanding accomplishment, your lordship. Footfall can now rest easy, at least until the next mad hoodlum makes himself known. Oh, okay. I guess that's that. Also, there's a guy not too far from here who's, like, torturing mutants and whatever, pretending they're Xenos. I don't suppose you could do something about that? Vladame gives a curt nod. It will be dealt with. Cool, thanks. I guess I'll be on my way then.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks, Vladame. You know, maybe the follow-up stuff for these quests hasn't been fully implemented. This is just an unfinished alpha. We can explore Act 2, but we can't go any further, so maybe they're deliberately trying to avoid potential spoilers regarding Act 3 and onward. You're in deep, friend. You've made some powerful people very angry. Stop! No! Wait! Vladame told us to make sure you're not seen around here again. And we will. Well. I guess that's the end of that. Just as well, I suppose, given that he clearly restocked on his fake mutants, or fake Xenos, who I can't free, but that's fine, I guess. I'm sure they'll be okay. Wait, hey, what's going? You thought the Anvers were dead and gone, did you, you scum? Anver limping leader.
None shall stand
Well, that...
in my way.
Okay, you know what? I'll give it to them. I was not expecting that. Interesting. So that's either the same guy that we just took out, whose body conveniently fell into the sewers, or it's a new guy who's risen in his place, which could theoretically put the idea that these guys are just Vladame's pawns back on the table. I mean, it would help explain why Vladame was so underwhelmed when we told him we'd taken out the Anvers. Alright. We have to hit the pause button for now, but we will definitely pick up here next time, as we perhaps make some friends in low places. Or we just kill them. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official websites. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, or the Nexus GG page. Links are in the description.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.